What's up everybody, Jack here from Halfchrome. Today talking about this. This is the Emax Tinyhawk Race 2 and it is a tiny little toothpick. It is a whole lot of fun to fly. Let's check this thing out. Okay, so I love Emax stuff, and this is another awesome little quad from Emax. Okay, so if you're thinking about getting an outdoor toothpick, this is the one to get. Now, I don't have the Tinyhawk Freestyle 2 yet, but I will. And when I get it, I'm going to compare this to that to see which one I like better. Emax makes good stuff. This is no exception to that. So if you're thinking about toothpick, think about this one. Emax, not only do they make a good quad, but they also back their stuff up. I've dealt with their customer service, and not as a reviewer, right? I sent them an email from my personal account, and they took care of me that way. I wanted to see how good they really are. They're top notch. So when it comes to little quads, think Emax. All right, so like a lot of you, I track my packages. I want to see when they're going to come to me. I was pretty excited about this one. This one saw a whole lot of United States. It made 11 stops and took about a month once it actually arrived stateside to get to me. It actually bypassed my house. I live northwest Chicago, went up to Milwaukee, then to Minneapolis, and then finally made its way back down to me. But you know what? The post office, they're dealing with some rough times, as is everyone else. So you gotta cut them a little bit of slack these days. All right, so let's take a closer look at the Emax Tinyhawk Race 2. All right, this is the Emax Tinyhawk Race 2. Now, I am a big fan of Emax stuff, and this just might be my current favorite Emax little quad. It is just a fun little thing to fly. Now, I'm a big fan of toothpicks in general. I enjoy flying them because you can do a lot of the same things with this as you can with a 5-inch, but it's a lot quieter, it's a lot less dangerous, not dangerous. So I just kind of enjoy these in general. But this is my favorite toothpick right now, and it's my favorite Emax little toy, and I have a bunch of them you see here. These are just some of the littler ones that I've had. I have a 5-inch, I have a 4-inch from Emax. They make really good stuff, and this is no exception. This is a blast to fly. I might just be flying this instead of my 5-inch quads. I've got a ton of these Emax batteries, right? So when you buy this thing, you of course get your Emax little carrying case, which I took the little foam out because you can't fit this in there with the props. So but you get a couple of these batteries. Now, it flies on two 1S batteries, so you put them together and you get two in the box. And they fly on this double PH2 connector. Now, you could jump it and just fly on 1S, but don't. It doesn't fly very well on 1S. You can see right off the bat that I'm flying in these gem fan props. That's because I threw a prop, right? It comes with these Avon 2-inch, I forget what they're called, blurs maybe, something like that. Yeah, Avon blur. I threw one. So I do actually recommend that you put in motor screws to keep them down. Otherwise, you'll have the same issue that I was having, right? One of these just wasn't quite as snug, and it flew off while I was flying. So keep that in mind. Now, this is a fantastic drone. Let's talk about the specs. These motors are 1103 7500 kV motors, and like I said before, it's pushing 2-inch props. Now, you get one set of these Avon 2-inch blurs, and they're good props. They have a higher pitch than these Gemfan 2040s that I'm flying. You can expect to get somewhere between 3 and 4 minutes of flight time with two fully charged 1S batteries. Carbon fiber frame here, pretty solid, good design. This thing is so light and small that when you crash, odds are you're not going to break something. You're more liable to get this thing stuck in a tall tree if you fly kind of like I do. It definitely improvements. It reminds this drone reminds me a lot of the Tinyhawk 2. You can see it has the same canopy. We're using the RunCam Nano 2, so it has a better camera than some of these earlier Tinyhawk models. Now, the Tinyhawk Freestyle 2 is coming out, and that's basically, this in a slightly different frame. This is a little more compact, a little taller, where the Freestyle is a little bit wider or longer. You do have an F4 flight controller. The motors are directly soldered, so that's nice. It saves a little bit of weight, and people will tell you that that is a better way to do things. The VTX is switchable, right? So you can switch from 25 to 100 to 200 milliwatts. But keep in mind, it comes shipped locked, so you're going to have to unlock it on your own. You press and hold that little button in there while you plug the 2 batteries in, and then it'll flash and you can see that it's unlocked. Since it's an SPI flight controller, you can bind this to your radio, and I'm flying on this new Radio Master TX16S. It's actually a really good radio. Highly recommend it. FR Sky is going by the wayside, right? With this Radio Master and the new jumper on the way. I got that one coming too. But fantastic radio. Anyway, bind it to your radio using the CLI tab. It's running Betaflight 4.1. So you just kind of have to keep that in mind. I may try this on Betaflight 4.2. That's coming out. But yeah, this is just a fun little quad to fly. If you're thinking about, hey, I've got an indoor drone, I need something to fly outside, highly recommend one of these things. And by the way, pick up some extra props so you don't have to scrounge for 2 inches like I did. But yeah, great little quad, lots of fun to fly. Enjoy ripping it around. Hopefully this review was helpful. If it was, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a follow. We'd love to hear from you. Give us a comment down below as well. Anyway, we've got everything from FPV to photography on our website. So check us out at halfchrome.com. Hey, good luck. Happy flying.